you can hear me okay. I'll turn the light on a little bit so you can see. So let me know that you can see everything okay, hear everything okay. Hello, hello. I am on the air. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello? Hello, hello. Josh, Josh, can you see me all right? Can you hear me okay? Josh, can you hear and see me okay? Josh, can you see me all right? Can you hear me okay? Josh, can you hear and see me okay? Oh, we got echo. Josh. All right, how about now? Can you hear me now? Okay. All right, how about now? Okay, I'm going to turn down. Can you hear me now? I'm going to turn down my volume. Okay, all right, how about now? I'm going to turn down my volume. Can you let me know that you can still hear me on the microphone? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you can hear this, give me a smiley face. All right, cool. Well, what's up, everybody? Thank you, Josh. All right. So, welcome in. I figured, well, this is my first shift that I am actually off training. So, I'm working hard here and I'm on my own. So, I can drive the runways, I can work the airport, still learning and everything. But yeah, so I am excited. I'm here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Um, Thanks to the lighting here in the truck. So it looks like I've got a light on me. All right, we're good. Yeah, we are good. I'm just trying to find a bottle opener for my little Coke bottle. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see how I can make this better. Nice. All right. So you can see it's almost sunset here on here at Santa Fe. It's a pretty quiet night here in Santa Fe. There you can see one of our FBO's signature. We have two FBOs here, and here we are. Yep, it's true. And you know what? If you're lucky, we might even get to see a takeoff. There was an American Eagle fly to SkyWest that was delayed into Phoenix. So maybe we can see a little takeoff action tonight. Yeah. Okay, so before we go any further, I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in to the streams in Aspen and also in Eagle, Colorado. Just, I have to thank Mother Nature and the man upstairs for the great weather that held off. And so I would be remiss if I didn't thank the end all be all, the Alpha and Omega, the God of heaven and of earth, for the great weather. So nice, Delta Alpha Lima. Yeah, signature's pretty common. And there's another FBO called uh, Jet Center here in Santa Fe. No, I'm sorry, D Beast will not be. We will not be doing a race in the quarter mile in this F-150. That's a great way to get me fired. Perhaps in the future when I get the approval of the boss to do that, but not now. So this airport is Santa Fe Regional Airport. They actually changed the name from municipal to Santa Fe Regional Airport. So what's up, Northeast Corridor Rail Productions? Yeah. Oh, stop it, Matt. Man, it has nothing to do. It has to do with the weather. At least that's what they say in Phoenix. I'm not buying it, but regardless, ATC has given the SkyWest flow time, I think, of 0218 Zulu. So they're hanging out down at the, I think, hold short pad off of runway 2. Winds are about, well, we can see. In fact, let me see if I can zoom in to the windsock. Stand by. So you can see, if you look closely, there's the windsock. Oh, yeah, you do have severe weather. That's right, Josh. You do have severe weather in OKC. I know you also have severe weather in DFW, so we're pretty fortunate here. What's up, Terminal B Aviation? Hey, William. You accepted your dream job at Air Wisconsin. I can't wait to be dispatching the beautiful 200. Is that true, D-Beast? Is that true? I mean, it is April Fool's, so I don't believe you most of the time, but now I definitely don't believe you. Yeah, the sock is pretty much straight out, Josh. So it looks like we got winds from the northwest here. So yeah, if you're looking for plane spotting, I might have one plane spotting arrival, but this video is to help maybe answer questions people have about my job. They like, what exactly do you do, and what exactly goes on? So rainy and windy, that sounds like springtime for me, Northeast Corridor. That sounds yucky. Terminal B, how's it going? Good to see you. So I would like to start out, so we'll keep an eye on that SkyWest flight so you can see it maybe fly by. But let's get to it about some of the things I do here. So obviously, so we'll come back to me on the camera. So we do a lot of different things. An airport operations specialist or officer is in charge, not in charge, but helps ensure compliance with the Part 139 federal regulation program, which is the self-inspection program to ensure that airports are safe and efficient and sufficient of being able to handle traffic. So what's up, Robert Smith? I will answer that question, M. Billy, in about 5 minutes. So one of the things we do is ensure that there is compliance with the Part 139 FAA section of self-inspection for airports. So that means we, for example, today, one of my responsibilities was driving around the airport, inspecting the perimeter fence to make sure there's no gaps or any holes, or, you know, surprisingly enough, wildlife do a great job of sometimes burrowing under the fences. So we have to fill those holes so that animals don't get into the airport and create problems, because wildlife strikes are a real issue. Yep. Exactly, Josh. Exactly. In fact, we have one coyote. I think it's the same coyote that walks around, but there's a few areas that we're working to repair eventually, but this same coyote seems to be showing up. So you got to be careful. No, there's a security manager, William, that's responsible for security. We're more, our umbrella is much more broad. Oh, it looks like SkyWest is getting the go. So I'm going to stop right here, see if we can turn around and see if we can watch it a little bit. So stand by. Yeah, right as it took off. Right as it took off. Good job, Delta Alpha Lima. So, anyways, Terminal B, I am an airport operations officer. So that SkyWest flight is headed to Phoenix now. So, yeah. Um, nah, it may be, William, may be. So, yeah, so I am, one of the things I do is patrol the field, like look for issues. So the perimeter fence is one. We also do apron and ramp inspections. So as you can see, I'm actually out on the apron right now. I'm actually parked right by our offices, but we will do FOD inspections. Yeah, our first Santa Fe plane live, Josh. It's great. Speaking of which, yeah, so let's talk about FOD. So one of the things we do is ramp and apron inspections, and that means we will drive and walk the apron and ramp to find FOD. So, quick question, and good to see you, Tom, by the way. What is FOD? Does anybody know what FOD is? There we go. I'll adjust it so the lighting is a little bit better. Foreign object debris. Yes, that is correct, Josh. So one of the things we do is we patrol for foreign object debris. And in fact, today I found a very interesting piece of FOD. That's correct, Tom. So check that out. Look at that. That looks like a giant washer. So this is a piece of iron that I don't know where it came from, but I was doing my FOD check and food on desk. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Robert. Some plane is missing a part for sure. So, it does kind of look like somebody ate the Reese's. If they like iron, yeah, winds are pretty crazy. So, that's actually one of the things we do. So, we look for FOD. And that ensures, that would be a bad day for a plane if it ingested that. So, that's one of the things that we do. Is FOD adult toys? Oh, D Beast. You mock. Hi, Grace. So cringe. Yep. So that's one of the things we do. Another thing we do, like I mentioned, is we drive along the perimeter fence. So you'll see airport vehicles drive along the perimeter to ensure safety and there's no holes or that we keep wildlife out and we keep security issues out. Another thing we do is we will do runway inspections. So later on this evening, I'll be doing a runway inspection to ensure that if there is any FOD or any broken lights or anything or broken signs, that we make a report of it so that we're in compliance with the 139, Part 139 inspection program. So we'll inspect the runways, the taxiways. I'll be doing that later, probably in about an hour, and we'll be looking for things like that. So signs, lights that are out, any FOD on the runways or taxiways that may be obstructions for planes that they might ingest or run over, and just the overall well-being of the runways. So, Josh, it's required. Great question, Josh. It is. It is. We are required to do the runway inspection every day. It's required by the FAA every day, and also the perimeter inspection is required every day. So that's a great question. We have to do it every day. So I'll be doing it every day or every night this week. Delta Alpha Lima asked, "Do you chase down planes, escort, follow me trucks?" We can. I guess we can. But ideally, they take pretty good care of themselves. In rare instances, there might be a need for an escort of a plane. I haven't had to do it yet, but the escort is more. So far, I've had to do escort for maintenance work on the field. So those contractors can't be out there alone. They have to have somebody like us to watch them at all times. So. Yeah, a pilot can request a runway inspection. Absolutely. Absolutely. He can request one. Yeah, for sure. The question is, can we provide one? Maybe. But what's up, Randy? And Tom, your question, do you have a policy where you do it more than once? We can. We can do whatever we want. The minimum, I guess I should say the minimum though, Tom, is that we're required to do it at least once a day. Sometimes we'll do it more, of course, when there's weather, or obviously if there is an aircraft incident, we'll do that more than once a day. And then with snow, we'll obviously make sure that it's safe. So the minimum standard is one per day. The FS man, what's up? D Beast Airport Ops are the people who issue NOTAMs. Great question. But yeah, we issue NOTAMs. We are the ones that report the FICON. We are the ones who report outages for signs and anything like that. Matt Man, if I locate something, there is a process. We actually have some online reporting that we can do that operations has that reports the issue. So for example, if there's a sign outage, we'll report that so maintenance can try and fix it, but we'll also put it in the NOTAMs or the notice to air missions so that pilots are aware of that. Great question. Yeah, what's up, Chaotic Bean? Do you get impacted by dust storms? No, but actually, not yet, Josh, but I have a feeling we will. One of the ATC controllers who, when I went up to the tower for the first time to get a tour, he showed me a video of when winds were gusting up to 70 miles per hour here in Santa Fe. So at some point, I expect it to be the case. It is pretty windy here. I would say on average, winds are like 15 to 20 miles an hour every day. And so, yeah, that's something I expect at some point, but I'm praying it doesn't happen. So, great question, Josh. The FS man, that's a great question, too, because I do want to get back to Houston Intercontinental. And in fact, about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, Houston started, or United Express started Saturday service to Intercontinental from Santa Fe. So it's just a matter of if I can find a flight I can afford. So I don't have to drive to Albuquerque unless it's super cheap. I can actually fly direct from Santa Fe to Houston. So I was looking at flights today to see if that's a possibility. Great question. So I hope soon. Ooh, I haven't. Yes, Delta Airspace. That is correct. Tom, Delta Airspace is the correct answer for Santa Fe. Anything new that I'm learning? Yes, tons, William. Great question. For example, The biggest thing that I learned that is just interesting, so interesting to me, is the runway center light or center lines. The runway center lines are actually have little tiny glass beads about the size of a sand crystal that are on top of the painted when they get painted on top of the paint. So it improves reflectivity for pilots. So the runway center lines that are painted, in many cases, they have little tiny glass beads that act as a reflective substance so that pilots can see and improve reflectivity. What do I do when I'm not streaming? I work now that I got the full time job. And so I'm doing this, the airport operations. That's a good question, Robert. Typically, I will probably drive around, when I do an inspection, around 40, 45 miles per hour, a little bit slower sometimes. So the slower, the better, so that you can find FOD and debris. Yeah, when they go super fast, sometimes they have to, just because of traffic that is inbound. But typically, when I do an inspection and my boss said a good rule of thumb is maybe right around 40 miles an hour, 45. Image Seeker, what's up? I work in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Yeah, Tom, exactly. Work, edit, eat, sleep, and drive. That's that's pretty much what I do. So, yep. All right, I got to sit back. So if you don't see me as well, I apologize. There we go. So you can see half of my face, kind of like they do in professional TV. Image Seeker, great to see you. So I'm in Santa Fe, New Mexico, FS man. I work at Santa Fe Regional Airport. And I had some little bit of time to kill, so I thought I'd come on here and do a little show. We got to see SkyWest take off there. And hopefully the streams will get better from here. I'm just doing this with my phone. So thanks for everybody smashing that thumbs up button, liking. But there's a lot of different things you have to do. In some situations, good question, Delta Alpha Lima. In some situations, I will see FOD or see something that catches my eye, and I'll get out of the vehicle and let ATC know that, hey, I'm getting out of the vehicle. And all right, FS man, we'll see you again. So yeah, sometimes if there's traffic, if there's obviously not anything going on and I notice something, I'll get out of the vehicle. But not always walking the runway. Not like an aircraft carrier. That's a much more condensed space. The runway is much wider and much longer, so it's a little bit of different way of doing things. So yeah, FOD check. Thanks, William. Appreciate that, Carolina. I always, absolutely, always get Jesus. Absolutely, all the time. Oh, mini Jesus. Not yet. Not yet. I gave Brianna the email or my address. I think I gave her the address to the hotel, and they have not sent me anything yet or told me anything yet. But thanks for liking. So, I'm looking out for it, because when I get mini Jesus, I'm gonna put him all over the field. It's gonna be awesome. Yep, that's it. It's exactly true. That's 100% true, Josh. That is 100% true. They will do, we will do a FOD check after an emergency landing as well. In fact, if you don't remember, a couple weeks ago, I posted that, like, in the second week of training, we had an aircraft that had landing gear, no indication. So it was an emergency landing. So we had to park short of the runway. And once it had landed, we got onto the runway, closed the runway to do an inspection. And then once we determined that there was no FOD or debris, we reopened the runway. So that is 100% truth. Yep. That's a good question, Tom. I think they're just happy that I'm not bugging them all the time. What's up, Nick? Great to see you. Hey, happy Easter to you, DBs. Good night, and we'll see you again. So I'll make sure to put good notams out, by the way. So yeah. Oh, yellow. Delta Alpha Lima, the most interesting, biggest plane I've ever seen land here. Well, I've only been here for a month, so I can't say I've seen a whole lot. Yeah, probably the biggest is either a G650 or a G650 or a CRJ 700. That's about it. Yeah. So this is a smaller regional airport. Now, I have a feeling that the military will do touch and goes as the summer goes on and bring up the C-130. But yeah, as far as big jets, I'd probably say a G650 for Gulfstream or the CRJ 700. Yeah, chaotic bean. That's the goal. Hopefully, once I feel comfortable, I am going to try and get my AAA credentials. That would definitely be helpful as far as career advancement and everything. So yes. Nick, yeah, great question. There we have two, actually three fire engines in the Santa Fe Fire Department, and we have one ladder and one ladder truck, and then we have two of the ARF vehicles. So, and they're pretty old, so we're getting some new ones next year. So at the fire station, there's a total of three, Nick. Yeah, Carolina, we do have some CRJ 200s. Actually, no, we have the Embraer 145 instead of the 200s. So we have for commercial aircraft, we have the E175, we have the CRJ 700, and then we also have the Embraer 145. The tower is not 24 hours. It's open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., man. And another thing that you can actually find that out is if you go to the FAA website or just Google Airport Facility Directory, the AFD, it has information on all the airports in the United States. It's pretty expansive. So, oh yeah, Josh, they do. They do actually have official planes for government travel. The only one that I've actually seen for official government travel is a King Air, but they do have official aircraft for government travel. But that King Air is the only one I've seen. Yeah, you're welcome, Nick. Yeah, I am in runway. I am an airport operations officer, Malaysia A380, Dallas, Australia. So, yep. Great questions. Keep them coming. I love it. One day I'll get a device, the holder on the windshield, so I don't have to hold the phone all the time. Yep. We do have a runway weight limitation here too, Delta Alpha Lima. Now that you bring it up, the weight limitation is, I want to say, 105,000 pounds right now, and that's on our major runway. So it would be very difficult to get a mainline aircraft unless we redid the runway or we got an exception or an exemption. So most times you'll see maybe let's see, what would be the biggest aircraft we could fly in here? Honestly, I think it would be the E-175 or maybe the E-190 if we're lucky. But yeah, it's until we get the runway redone, it's going to be only regional aircraft or private jets. Yep, that's right, Tom. That is exactly right. And in fact, I do my inspection after the tower closes. So it's a common traffic, CTAF. So we have to communicate with each other our intentions since the tower is closed. So that's correct. Do we practice emergency procedures? Yes. We will practice them every year. We have to go through recurrent training, William. And every 3 years, it's required by the FAA that we do a triennial drill that simulates a mass casualty situation. So about every 3 years, every airport has to do that for the FAA to continue their certification in good standing. So it's every 3 years. Yeah, that would be awesome to be airport runway ops, Malaysia. And Delta Alpha Lima, the longest runway we have is 8,366 feet. So it's about the same size as Aspen, but the altitude's a little bit lower. Um, and the mountains aren't right next to us. So yeah, the longest runway is 8,366 feet. The other two runways, and that's runway 220, by the way, is the longest runway at 8,366 feet. The other two runways are both about 6,400 feet, and runway 1533 is approved for air carrier use, but runway 1028 is not. So we have two runways out of the three that are approved for air carrier use, which is kind of interesting. Great questions. I love telling you more and informing you. So maybe that this somebody who's watching this will get excited and want to do an airport operations job. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just long enough for the A380. Yep. Um, so other than that, there are some times that are downtime, which like right now. So I have a bit of time to talk to y'all. And then there are other times that are super busy. Oh, and I know another thing I did today that we like to do is inspect the terminal to make sure that the doors are secure, that nothing is suspicious, that TSA is where they're supposed to be, where the police are where they're supposed to be, and just the overall well-being of the terminals. So I inspected the terminal today. How many pieces of snow equipment do we have? Let's see. We've got a sweeper. We've got two plows. So we've got a sweeper, two plows, and I'm trying to think. There's one more piece of equipment. I guess you could count the friction tester as a fourth piece that does the braking action reports when the runways are contaminated. But predominantly, we have a sweeper, which is good for dry snow that has low moisture content. And then we have two plows for the runway snow removal. It is actually a terminal. They just actually remember the photos we've been taking and the little video I showed you in the community page. It actually just opened up on Friday. The first part, the concourse, remember that I showed you. So there actually is a waiting area, but there's no jet bridges as of yet, Delta Alpha Lima. So that first phase is done, but we still have two more phases left. So that is a big relief that it's up and open. And thanks for everybody smashing that thumbs up and liking. The paperwork isn't that it's a single sheet of paper, Tom, that and we're trying to go paperless too, but it's just a single sheet of paper asking questions like, are there any technical issues? Is the perimeter fence free of holes or anything. And so it's just like a Word document or a PDF, single page that we fill out and we send into, I send into our airport operations manager. But we're gonna drop it. I'll drop it off, and then also soon though we're going paperless. I think I'm certified. That's a great question, Chaotic Bean. I'll have to look at that and see if that's true. But thanks everybody for joining in, by the way, if you're just tuning in. I'm answering questions about it, my airport ops job. In some cases, yes, Josh, but typically what'll happen is that after the tower closes, the Albuquerque Center will handle approach, regional approach, but then once the aircraft, for example, is given the local CTAF or common traffic area frequency, then they just communicate on the frequency with me or any other planes that are in the area. So that's a great question. But yeah, sometimes a tower can take over, but in this situation, Albuquerque Center will be regional approach and then vector them into the airspace. And from there, it's just on the CTAF. Yep, Unicom. De-icing equipment. George, that's a really good question. The airport itself, I don't think has any de-icing equipment. The de-icing equipment is for the FBOs and the regional air carriers. So there are regional air carriers that have de-icing equipment and the FBOs, but I don't think the airport does. Ours is mostly runway removal and apron and taxiway removal and things like that. So yeah, that's and in fact, I think I posted a photo one day of the de-icing equipment both Envoy and United Express have. Those are the two ground handling services for the airlines here. You've got Envoy, which is owned by American Airlines, and then United Ground Express is affiliate with United. So, yep. Yeah, George, no, that was a really good question. Uh, but we do have some big equipment. I think I posted it on my first day. Some of our sweepers and then our plows. Yeah, so Matt, man, there are commercial jets who will hang out here overnight. Those are called RONs or remain overnights. And so right now, United and American both have flights that take off first thing in the morning, and but they land here late at night, and then they will RON, so remain overnight, because the legacy model, American Delta, United, it's all about taking the plane from the outstation into the hub. So we're an outstation, of course, and we fly to Dallas, Phoenix, and Houston and Denver. So in the morning, there's a flight that goes to Dallas in the morning, and then there's also a flight that goes to Denver in the morning, first thing in the morning. Their departures are like between 6:30 and 7:30. So there are a couple planes that'll run here. And then there are also private corporate aviation planes that run here as well at the two FBOs. Yeah, if we don't do our job, William, it can be delayed. For example, let me give you a scenario. So if we don't plow because maintenance and airport ops oversees the plowing for snow. So if we don't do our job and plow the runways and taxiways, that can lead to delays. What's another scenario where we might have a delay? Perhaps is I'll have to think on that. But the major one is weather. If we don't clean the runways and remove the snow and ice as quickly as possible, things get really delayed. Yep, love it. Keep those likes coming and keep those questions. So the goal is obviously eventually to have bigger jets, but right now we're really just suited for regional aircraft here. And we do get a fair amount of corporate aviation. If you look on flight radar, we do get a fair amount. Yeah, delays, maybe the lack of FOD removal. I haven't had to remove a carcass off of a runway, but I know my boss has had to remove an animal carcass off a runway due to a bird strike, and that can impede things. So if we don't clean that up, that can be an issue. We do check the lights every night. Yes, Josh. Yep. That's part of the runway inspection is also checking the lights. Yep. And the signage and everything. There you go, man. I love that idea. I love that idea. I've also been reaching out to my old employer, Breeze, to see if they would want to start service here too. But I love that idea, getting E175 service direct to Salt Lake, because right now it's just Denver, Phoenix, Houston, and Dallas. But yeah, we do check the runway lights, the runway edge lighting, and hopefully I'll get approval to do like an inspection where you guys can see what I see via my GoPro, and I can get that approved for the boss. Maybe not live, but show you an example of an inspection that I might do. Yes, tumbleweeds are extremely common here, Delta Alpha Lima. I even posted a photo of one, but yes, tumbleweeds are extremely common, and we do have to clear those every once in a while off the runway or off the ramp and apron. But yeah, Las Vegas is a great idea too. I think lots of people would be into that. Although, Matt, man, there are a ton of casinos around here with all the Native American land. There are a bunch of different tribes that have their own casino. I would say one, two, three, like four different casinos within, I don't know, 60 miles. But yeah, tumbleweeds are annoying and they're prickly and they hurt sometimes. Delta Alpha Lima, sometimes you have to wear gloves to pick them up. Yeah. So, yeah, let's recap the responsibilities: runway inspection, perimeter inspection, terminal inspection. Then you have ramp and apron inspection. You can also do fuel farm inspection, and you can do surprise inspections too. There's a lot that we have to do to maintain our certificate with the FAA for air carrier service and air service. So it's a lot. Some days, other days it's a walk on the beach. So I think too I would say a lot of how hard your day is and challenging is a lot like a flight dispatcher. It's dependent on the weather. So it just really kind of depends. Yep, no problem, Tom. Thanks for that email. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you emailing and happy to yeah, I appreciate you and your support and everything and everyone else. Yep, they are Delta Alpha Lima, kind of in a pattern of a snowflake or a wagon wheel, which is challenging and confusing at the same time. So I have to communicate on the radio, and because the runways are in a snowflake pattern, you have to be careful because if you're on one runway, you may cross another runway before you know it. So it's not easy. It was very challenging to learn the layout. And I'm still trying to remind myself every day the layout so that I make sure I don't have a runway incursion or anything like that. Well, thanks, William. I just hope that people enjoy it and like it and will spread the good news. And if nothing else, some younger viewers might want to do this for a career and hopefully I can help them out. Matt, man, uh, as far as offices go, no, because they are finishing up the airport administration office in the concourse. and they're about to remove the mobile office we had, the modular office. So basically, right now, I don't really have an office. I'm supposed to report to the maintenance bay where that's our temporary home. But right now, I would say my office is the truck. So I actually like being in the truck. And obviously, I get to go everywhere with the truck. So it's a lot of freedom. Exactly, Tom. My office is behind a steering wheel. And I do have computers. So uh, I do have a computer that connects to the internet. So I can stay connected and communicate and send documents and things like that. So I have that as well. Ah, Josh, you and your rhyming. Yes, I do take the FOD to the mod. That's odd. Or wouldn't you say, isn't it odd to take the FOD to the mod? Funny guy. Josh, well done. Your humor is always appreciated, and Tom's, and Williams. Do I have a specific ops vehicle, or do you just take one? Delta Alpha Lima, the short answer is right now, I'd like to say that I have one vehicle I get to take because I'm the only other ops officer. Before that, it was just the ops manager. So I'm the first ops officer for the city of Santa Fe. And the airport manager or the ops manager was basically the only airport ops manager or officer before that. So short answer, yes. Long answer, no, I don't have my own vehicle. But for right now, until we hire more people, I guess you could say that the truck is mine, but I don't get to take it home. However, um, what was I going to say? I don't get to take the truck home, but, I get to use it during the day, and it's great. And I pick up FOD, like that giant washer I found on the ramp. Um, so it does me well. Yeah, we should be hiring. That would be really cool if it. Tom. That's pretty funny, Tom. Chaotic Bean, yeah, we are hiring. We just hired a second officer. However, next year after the budget, which would be probably September, October, we're probably going to hire a third ops officer if the finances work out. So yes, we do roll with the jokes. That's for sure. Yes, Matt, man, I'm currently on a probationary period. Uh, I think it's more for the union. I'm part of Ask Me, the American Federation of State and Civil something employees. So probation is 6 months, and then I am part of the union and represented. So right now I am on probation, and the airport could get rid of me for any reason within that 6 months. So yeah. No, Josh, I haven't had to pressure wash the runways yet. And I don't know if we do it or we hire a company. On the bigger runways, they have their own machines that companies have that pressure wash. So your normal pressure washer is probably not going to get the rubber off. But we'll see. Not that I'm aware of, man. I'll just be an airport operations officer, which is fine by me for right now. Just getting a feel for everything. The weirdest thing I found on FOD check, I wouldn't say it was on the runway, but one day my boss and I, while I was still in training, we were driving along the perimeter, Delta Alpha Lima, and we saw a bunch of birds standing around something. And as we got closer, it was actually a dead prairie dog carcass. And that's a problem because birds like to eat dead prairie dogs, and that can present a problem for aircraft strike or wildlife strike. So my boss put the dead prairie dog carcass in a plastic bag so the birds couldn't take it, put it in his truck, and then threw it out. So that would say that's the weirdest thing. Oh, Chantel, 4:30 in the morning. Hello, hello. Tom, the rubber meets the road. Well done. Well done. What's up, Chantel? Great to see you. Oh, it's good seeing you more. Yeah, it's morning, almost time for a run, right? Or a morning horse ride, right, Chantel? So, yeah. Great questions, everyone. So my shift right now is from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. and it's 8:30 here, so almost done with work. An hour and a half left. So, all right, Chantel, see you later. Yeah, there sure is rubber on the runway Delta Alpha Lima. Yes, we do, Matt, man. We get a fair bit of helicopter traffic. I'll try and post some pictures, but we get a lot of air meds because for rural small cities like maybe Farmington or smaller cities, this is the closest big city with hospital facilities other than Albuquerque. So we'll get air meds. We'll also, I don't know if you guys saw the Apache I posted about 2 weeks ago that landed here. And then we had an old school Huey land here. And then we've had a couple of Airbuses. So yeah, we do get a fair amount of helicopter traffic. Plus, we got the National Guard across the way with the Blackhawks. So they have, I think, 6 meds and 3 slicks, or 6 and 4. So yeah, good question, everyone. But yeah. Oh, and I know the other thing I was going to say, Delta Alpha Lima, you asked about my truck. I do have a call sign. My call sign is Ops 2. So my boss is Ops 1 and my call sign is Ops 2. All right, Tom, one more bad joke like that, and I'm going to have to put you in timeout. That was a stretch. Tom Marchant. Well done. Funny guy. Delta Alpha Lima, Albuquerque's about 60 miles. So because I can go 75 in the highway, I can get to the Albuquerque airport in about an hour. Yeah, Robert, they do have to be under a certain weight, and they also comply with the scope clause for pilots. And I think it just speaks to the importance because they have gotten rid of all the 140s and 145s in Envoy's fleet, and they're all E175s, and they'll be doing a lot more regional flying. So I think it makes total sense for American. And remember, they're going to distribute those aircraft among a number of regional carriers. So not just Envoy, but maybe also SkyWest and Republic. So there's a few that they'll distribute to. Good question. Yeah, keep smashing that like button. I love these questions. What are the options to get from Santa Fe Airport to the city? Either Uber or a taxi. That's it. Uber or taxi. That's it. No bus, no train, nothing. We do have a train that does run to Santa Fe from Albuquerque. It's called the Rail Runner, but the stop is about 7 miles away from the airport. So no bus, no train. It's just taxi, rental, or Uber. That's it. There are some courtesy cars for the FBOs. I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but one day I saw Jerry Jones' plane parked outside, and then I saw a Cadillac Escalade pull up, and they had Jerry Jones walked out of the Escalade. So, yep, they do have some courtesy cars. Oh, hotels by the airport. Nope, Josh. Nearest hotel is 5 miles away, which is where I'm living, the Hyatt. So yeah, it's about Hyatt's the nearest one, about 5 miles away. The Courtyard's about six. So that's the closest. I guess that's fairly close, but nothing right outside the terminal or the concourse. Hi, I agree, Chaotic Bean. I do. I do. I got to explore options. But wow, we've been on almost an hour. Thanks a lot, everybody, for all the questions. I'm a little out of breath. So thanks. What's up, Kagan? Great to see you. And great to see everyone. This has been great. Keep it going. Yes. No. Uh, no, that's not true, Tom. Some of the hotels do. They have a radius, like the Hyatt place I'm staying at. There's a radius of about 7 miles that they'll go, and the airport falls within that radius. But not all hotels are this close. Like downtown Santa Fe is like 10 or 15 miles, and I don't know if they do a courtesy shuttle. So, not necessarily the case. Ha! Delta Alpha Lima, look at you. Tom, look what kind of influence you've become. Ops 2 should be the Pipster, possibly. Matt Man, no encounters. The only one, like I said, would be Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner, and I just saw him. I didn't like interact with them or say hi or anything. So no, I haven't had to do any celebrity escorts or anything like that yet. But Jerry Jones, pretty big, I would say celebrity, but that's the biggest one. Look what you're doing, Tom. Look what you're doing, Josh. Humor is all abound. So, well, I think I'm going to sign off because I haven't had dinner yet. And this has been great. We've been going at it for about an hour, but I'm kind of hungry. So I'm going to have some dinner. And I think I'm going to post some photos of some prop planes and see if you can tell me what kind of prop planes there are. So, what's up, Foster App? Um, Thank you guys. Thank you, Josh, for the great questions. Tom, thank you, Robert. Uh, Robert Smith, good one. Oh my goodness, you guys, jokesters. But yeah, I'm gonna sign off. Foster app, sorry. I'm gonna grab a burger that I bought. So I'm here in my truck, and it doubles as my kitchen. So I'm gonna eat and then finish up. Uh, Hold on. So no worries, Foster app. It's good to see you. What's up, Delta Alpha? You got one more joke? Oh boy. Um, and you guys can watch this back, and it's only about an hour long, but I answer a lot of great questions. You're welcome, Robert. Thank you, Josh. I wish I was hanging with Richie Rich, Matt Man. I wish. The propeller plane is just a fan to keep the pilot cool. That's a bit of a stretch, Delta Alpha Lima. So we'll end on that one. But thanks everybody for the broadcast. Thanks. We'll see you later. Watch out for the Hamburglar. All right, so I'll be streaming soon. I'll talk to you guys soon and keep you up to date. But we'll have to do this again maybe later in the week. And we'll see you again soon. So take care, everyone. Have a great night. See y'all. Bye.